by Alyona Synenko. She's a spokesperson from the International Committee of the Red Cross. She joins us from occupied East Jerusalem. Hi there, Alyona, it's good seeing you, unfortunately, under these circumstances. So hours ago, Israel's Defense Forces posted on Twitter that, quote, "We have soldiers trained specifically for this situation and continue to reiterate, we are only at war with Hamas. We continue to do everything in our power to mitigate the risk to civilians." Is that the reality on the ground?
Well, I think we're all heartbroken to see that the hospital has now turned into a battlefield, and we're all worried about the patients, about the sick, the wounded, the civilians, the medical staff who are there, because all these people are protected by the international humanitarian law. It is hard to imagine the traumatic experience that they're all going through right now, and we continue to call on respect of the civilians, and all the parties must do everything possible to minimize any harm for them.
The IDF also posted on Twitter that they've delivered incubators, baby food and medical supplies to the hospital. Can you confirm this?
We don't have our own staff in Al-Shifa. We're in touch with the Ministry of Health. Also, as you know, the telecommunications in Gaza are not always working properly, so it's very difficult to have the most recent and up-to-date information. Any initiative, any action that could help civilians, that could help save life and prevent loss of life, especially for the most vulnerable of the most vulnerable, like these babies, would be welcome. And again, protecting them is an obligation under the international humanitarian law.
Alyona, there are fears and reports of an imminent total blackout within hours, possibly. How catastrophic would that be for people in Gaza, and as well as, I guess, the ICRC's operations?
People in Gaza have been through so much that it's just like hard to imagine what else they can endure. They have been walking for tens of kilometers, including the elderly, the sick, the women. Many of them are now in the south of Gaza. I speak with our surgeons working in one of the hospitals in the south of Gaza, and he's sending pictures of people camping out in the hospital courtyard. And yesterday, the rains have started. So a blackout is just going to complicate things even more for the hospital staff who is there to treat these patients. And of course, for us to stay in touch with our colleagues on the ground, to check on them, and like to conduct such a incredibly complex humanitarian operation without power is incredibly difficult.
All right, Alyona Synenko at the ICRC, thank you so much for your time.